afternoon, wherever you're listening to the sound of my voice. It's exactly 12:23 p.m. and we are broadcasting live from the studio of Omoluwabi 87.7 FM. You're welcome to the Coppers Hangout, your one-stop show for everything NYSC, from camp experience to NYSC success stories and lots more. My name is Grace Ajigbomogun, but I won't be doing this alone. I'm here with my co-host, Leye. How are you doing?
My fellow colleagues listening to us right now, is another exciting episode of Coppers Hangout, and as you always know, it's always a segment where we dissect and share ideas on how we can have a fulfilling service year while contributing our quota to national development.
Of course.
On this particular segment, we have our boss on ground. You know, when we talk about anything copper, why in Oyo State, the state coordinator is here, and I'm sure most of our colleagues are either tuned to their Facebook page right now, or they are glued to their headset. So, but before we bring him in, we have to go on a commercial break.
Yes. So, our dear listeners, we'll be going on a musical break right now, and when we come back, we'll be bringing Mr. Abel Oche on board. Please stay tuned. Don't go nowhere.
We are the nation, we are part of this. Yes, we are so amazing, that's the least we shall be. At the heart of the nation, changing history. How can they say that we are finished? We have just begun. When we have nowhere else to run to, we have nowhere else to go. So get out of the way of the land of our dreams. We are the nation, we are part of this. Oh, oh. We are the nation, we are part of this. Whoa, carry the song, carry the sound.
You're welcome back from that musical break. That was The Future by T.Y. Bello. And if you're just joining us, this is the Coppers Hangout on omoluwabi 87.7 FM. On today's edition of the show, we have the NYSC Oyo State Coordinator, Mr. Abel Oche. He'll be talking on the role of NYSC in national development. Thank you so much for coming. It's great to have you on the show, sir.
Thank you so much. It's an exciting time for me to be at omoluwabi FM 87.7 FM, titled Coppers Hangout. Coppers Hangout is really a good thing that core members are hanging with their father. If you don't have a father, you don't have a ladder. Therefore, core members are hanging with their father. And then I must equally let the public know that core members in Oyo State are doing their very best. And we will start with what is NYSC. Why is NYSC? Briefly, history will not smile at me if I fail to brief the history of what NYSC is all about with my children. After the amalgamation of 1914 of the Southern and Northern Protectorate, Nigeria became a nation as an entity. And the independence elapsed. It came to a point that there was this mutual mistrust among the major ethnic groups, coupled with political upheavals, which led to Nigeria's civil war that lasted about 30 months. After the 30 months, a lot of areas were destroyed. As it is commonly said, that war is an evil wind that blows no one any good. So there was need for Nigeria to come together under the administration of the then General Yakubu Gowon, under the auspices of 3R, which is what to reconcile Nigeria, the warring parties, to rehabilitate the torn world nation and to reconstruct Nigeria for better, for younger generation or generations to come, under the premise of no victor, no vanquish. And in that way, in 1972, during the independent broadcast of General Yakubu Gowon, the proposal or pronouncement for the creation or establishment of NYSC was made. And this tailored towards young graduates. Because of the bitter experience of the war, no parent is happy or was happy with the announcement that their children will go beyond the shores to other regions. And there was this protest from parents, publics, and this process we are talking about, the students also embraced it, which led to campus riot in 5 premier universities. This riot, a lot of things were equally destroyed. The University of Lagos, it took place at the University of Lagos, University of Ibadan, which then the branch, first University of London, which now turned to University of Ibadan, Ahmed Bello University. We'll talk of University of Nigeria Nsukka, and University of Ife, which is now Awolowo University. And when the founding fathers of the NYSC, this noble king, came together and fine-tuned the mission and vision statement of the NYSC, that no, we are not just creating to send our children up and down. We have a vision and we have a mission. And when it was clearly well thought out, the final pronouncement for the establishment was made, and NYSC was established May 22nd, 1973, under the then General Yakubu Gowon administration.
Wow, thanks so much for the detailed history. It's quite noted from what you've said right now that the purpose of NYSC is to inculcate Nigerian youth, to enrich them with necessary skills that will propel them to success in the market. However, my question is, to what extent has NYSC achieved that particular goal?
Okay, thank you so much. NYSC has done much in national development. Just say a few. If it is not for NYSC, most of the youth won't be able to leave their village. Some schooled, primary school in Oshogbo, secondary school in Oshogbo, University of Oshogbo. They go nowhere, so they are not exposed to other similarities of Nigeria societies. So they remain unrefined. Therefore, NYSC is a catalyst that move or prepare youth from one region to the other to see what is obtainable in other tribes or ethnic societies. And some of these youth that move there, some of them settle down and pick up job and contribute their quota to the development of Nigeria. The movement of one region of youth, graduate youth by NYSC from one region to the other, not only create job, but it enhance mobility of labor. Sometimes they need your services in a particular location and you are not there. Therefore, NYSC move graduate youth for them also to settle in a region other than their own region and contribute their quota to the development of Nigeria as a nation.
Okay, using Oyo State as a case study, how has NYSC been able to support national development through community development projects?
Okay, thank you so much. NYSC has 4 cardinal programs at which it operates. The first is the orientation, where core members are adequately briefed about what they are expected to do during the service year. Second is the place of primary assignment, where we attach them to an employer for them to work for the service year. While the third is the community development service, which is broken into 2 components: the traditional CDS and the 1 year, that is individual CDS. Another name for traditional CDS is the group CDS, because NYC permit once in a while core members come together as a team to develop the community. In Oyo State, core member has carried out a lot of developmental projects, building coverts along bad roads or bridges or streams, erecting signposts, carry out HRD, that is Health Initiative for Rural Dwellers, where they move core doctor to various communities to help the people which contribute to the national development. So NYC is doing and continue to do their best to contribute their quota to national development in Oyo State.
What impact has NYC made in contributing to national development through entrepreneurship and skill acquisition?
Thank you so much. As well, NYC places emphasis or premium on skill acquisition, that is SAID program. Skill acquisition and entrepreneurship development program, which is what is NYC's placing emphasis on now. There is a common say that if you are not skilled, you are ill. The certificate is not enough. The certificate you have from your school is not enough. You need to add value to the certificate. That's why NYC sent in skill acquisition trainers to train graduate youth to add value to their certificate. You can see person who read mechanical engineering is into farming. Person who read computer science is into other area. What happened? Because where your certificate fail you, your certificate will take you there. Certificate meaning the skill you have is your certificate. So come graduate youth passing through the skill NYC has 2 certificates. Certificate of National Service and certificate which is the skill. That skill has taken a lot of core members or graduate youth from the road, from the street, because some of them are looking for government paid job. But today, as I speak, the skill acquisition acquired, the skill core member acquired during the service year are taking them beyond the shores of unemployment saga in Nigeria. Therefore, so many Igbos that came through your service after the service, they are engaged and are doing very, very well into farming, into agro-allied, livestock, and they are doing very well in Oyo State and also become employer of laborers in the state, contributing their quota to national development in food security as well.
Wow, that's impressive. I'm quite happy that my co-host narrowed the question down to Oyo State, because
Yes.
I've been longing to ask this, which is about private firms in Oyo State. I want to ask how effective in terms of cooperation with NYSC towards achieving its full potential.
Private organization in Oyo State had been doing their best. If I count nothing, I count something in Oyo State. Oyo State is one of the states that has the largest number of core employers. Even 10,000 core members deployed to Oyo State will be swallowed by the core employers. They have a lot of private, government, states, and in private organization. Something if you get to Oli, few mill that is there where so many core members are equally learning there, and they're also contributing in producing from meal, adding to food security in Nigeria, food sufficiency in the state. If you get to the rural areas, core members are into farming, producing rice and other foodstuff for the people of Oyo State. Private organizations that engage them, like Niji farms or sheep farms, they are into milk production, into various crop production, and core member, they engage core member. Some of them retain core member, working with them, while the core member equally, some of them left the shores of His Excellency, the Governor of Oyo State. Anything the copper needs is ready to provide. And as if I should shock you, anytime we're in camp, the state government give us augmentation, feeding augmentation. That's why in the camp, core member, we ask them, if you are served and it's not enough, ask for more, because the government of the day has given us enough fund to add to what the federal government has given us, at least to treat core members well, to enable their welfare to be sufficient in terms of quality and quantity. When the other hear about this, after camp, all these a core member relocating, running away from other state to your state. In the only state that also offer core member 15,000 naira. Other queue behind Oyo State. And they pay them 13 good months. Extra. 13 months while they're leaving the service. And without owing. Promptly paid. So the welfare of core members being catered for. That's why core members are doing their best in the state. And I want to commend the government of the day for taking NYSC as a partner. And NYSC is equally doing their best to see how to complement the government gesture in the state. That's why every quarter we carry our HRD program, that is Health Initiative for Rural Dwellers, to all nook and crannies of the state, not in the urban city, to rural areas, and extend the health services to rural dwellers, contributing our quota in the health sector in Nigeria, and Oyo in particular.
Wow, that's quite a good one.
It's impressive.
Yeah, I'm quite sure that the role of the state secretariat doesn't just end with mobilizing corps members to their respective PPAs. Sometimes some corps members face some issues where they are deployed to. Are there any channels open to them to perhaps, or how has the state secretariat be addressing such kind of challenge?
Okay, thank you so much. In the state, there's a common adage that we populated, that if you are not sent to Ibadan, you'll be abandoned. So many corps members, where they are needed to go, they refuse. Some of them turn down the posting and go around the politicians to see how they will twist us in changing their posting. You see, rural areas is where the bulk of the NYSC services are needed. But they only prefer to gather in the city of Ibadan doing nothing. If you go to ministry, you face mystery because you are doing actually nothing. Because instead of them to be and engaged in mentoring students in all our institutions, be in secondary school or tertiary institution, they prefer floating around the city, looking for where they will hide or to evade service or to ghost service. But if you are in classes teaching or mentoring the children, you will be engaged. You have no time to be running up and down. Most of corps members prefer to remain in town doing nothing. And it is common because the youth of these days, that is why if we cannot change them, we'll change them. Change them in the sense that we'll force them to learn things that will be better for them. Because if you don't train them, don't blame them. We have trained them, we can confidently blame them. That is why the challenges they are facing, that I know, is that of accommodation. But in the rural areas, accommodations are provided. In some organizations, corps members are being fed. But they don't want to go where they will take comfort. Like an average self-contained room in Ibadan is between 300 to 350, even 400,000. They all crowd in town doing nothing to spend such money. But in the rural area, accommodations are provided. Same amount of money given to them in the city is the same thing being paid to them in the rural area. We encourage them to go to rural areas and make their impact felt instead of floating in the city, doing nothing in mystery, facing mystery.
Okay, let's deviate a little bit. I'll be asking this on behalf of other corps members because I'm sure they really want to know.
Yes, sir.
It is no news that the federal government has approved the 70,000 naira new minimum wage. How soon should corps members expect an increase in their allowance?
Well, I want to thank you so much. We've been going up and down to tell corps members to remain resolute in the service of their fatherland. NYSC, there is a say, NYSC warfare is corpus welfare. Will they fight for corps members to sleep and do their best? There was no time that minimum wage is increased that corps members not affected. When the minimum wage was 18,000, corps members were paid 19,200 naira, short 20,000. When it was moved to 30,000, corps members were being paid, or even currently being paid, 33,000 above the minimum wage. Your father who brought you here will not allow you to go hungry. They have just increased the minimum wage. They are just gazetting it. Both junior and senior civil servant has not even benefited anything. So we are waiting after the gazette, because yours program is just an annual program, 1 year program. Yes, it's not a permanent program of the government. But they knew that whatever affects your father equally affects you. So we want core member to be patient. When they have gazetted the minimum wage, whatever is for you will be made known to you by the government. However, NYC management is in touch with the appropriate quarters to see how your own will be soon released. So they are not sleeping. DG is working day and night on this with the appropriate quarter to see how core member will equally smile when they start paying a minimum wage to civil servant. They cannot leave you behind. And I want to let you know, if your allowance not paid, no NYC staff take salary. They must make sure they pay core members allowance first before we enjoy our own. So to let you know the premium the NYC management place on core member nationwide. So you are so dear to us. That's why we are running up and down to check you wherever we go, inspect you to see whether I have to work, anything is affecting you. Are you okay? Are you doing your best? These are some of the statutory responsibility of NYC to core members. That's why we equally partner with NHIA. When core members sick, you have to go to our valuable facility, NHIA accredited facilities, and take medication free. You are not paying. Anyone that NHIA couldn't go for, NYC will step in. There was a year NYC bought artificial hand for a core member in Kano for at the rate of 33 million. And NYC also has time also to fly some core members abroad for treatment. So government places high premium on your welfare. So core members should just be patient. Their fathers walking around the clock to see how they will be comfortable. Thank you so much.
Thanks for the clarification. Now I'm quite sure that my colleagues that are listening, they are now clear, because some of them have been asking when will it be implemented and all sort. And with that clarification, I believe that is all. So like I said earlier, we have some of our colleagues that are joining on Facebook. They are watching us live. So there is a question from Adeniji Oladiji Emmanuel, who said, well done, sir. I hope NYSC Oyo is aware of the housing crisis faced by core member in Oyo. If yes, what is their plan in putting a stop to that?
Okay, thank you so much. We are not aware of that. Core members want to live big, and they arrange with private owners and on their own. Some say they want to live a house where even permanent staff have no money to afford, and they are staying and they're on their own, living big. You see, when you want to live above your means, you face crisis. And that should be an internal crisis within core members and the tenants or those that they go to take housing from. On our own, if they have made it known to us, we will go around and look for those who are renting houses, and I agree with them because they are core members. On our own, we equally move around to also look for houses for core members, and the one we got at a cheaper rate of between 150 to 200, and in good location. But most core members want to live big, and they want to stay in a house where they'll pay up to 350, 400 with a total package according to them. I don't know what is total package up to today. But when they go and hang themselves out with those that will give them accommodation of their choice, some of them come with such story, say, Daddy, with total package. I say, what is total package? He say, what they give to agent or something like that.
That is because when core members go out to rent a decent apartment, we've seen situation whereby agents will tell you the house rent is 200,000, but the total package is 350. They will tell you the total package is inclusive of all other amenities that comes with the house. So we are not just paying just the basic rent. you have to pay the total package. That's if you need the house.
Okay, you see, that's why we are saying that if I were such core member, I know some employers that offer accommodation to core members with AC, and they pay no dime. But core members at times force themselves to where there will be no accommodation for them. As I speak, we have schools that have decent accommodation, even feed core members in Ogbomoso, Oyo, Lalante, Kishi, Kashi, and Ibarapa. They're wasting accommodation, wasting. But if you post them, they'll go around everyone. They'll go around even calling senators to call me. They want to be in town and they want to be there. My uncle has an accommodation for me in the name of that, and they all come to town. Not necessarily they have the accommodation. They only want to just throw the burden on their parents. Such people will leave them because they choose to live the life they want to live. That's why.
Okay, so what that is just saying is we core members should avoid living beyond our means, and then we should look before we leap. That is exactly. So, sir, I will be speaking the mind of my colleagues in asking this question, because normally the routine is always that we have our clearance the first week of every month.
Yes.
But we noticed this very month there was an information that there's no clearance, no CDS too. So this as you know, there is this suspense, you know, has been creating suspense in the minds of even high inclusive, that okay, when will the next clearance be? Would this August be an automatic clearance for us all? So I want you to clarify how that is going to be.
Thank you so much. You know, as I told you, NYC is always proactive. The management of the scheme always proactive. When they heard about the rumor of a protest, your life is more important to us at all times. And instead of you gathering for clearance, people will assume this protesting group, and hoodlums will jump in and start making anything causing harm to you. The management thought it twice, that no, where core member will gather in large number, that it will not be misunderstood, should be suspended for now, so that let us see the wind of peace that will blow around to enable core member try their best. That was one of our areas or gathering activities, because in one of the NYC core values, say teamwork. Core member work as a team, will be in a team. And when you are grouping, some people will be suspecting, why are this grouping in this area where nobody is sure of what is happening? So nationwide, a call was thrown with a circular from the director headquarters that we should relax some of our activities for now, so that the wind of peace should clear the air. That is why activities like CDS and biometrics now being relaxed. That does not mean you will not go to your work. You go to your work like every other Nigerian without harm. So we don't want anything that will be detrimental to core member to happen. So we're after the welfare of core members. And when such happen, I think all core members will enjoy automatic clearance, and you'll be paid accordingly. Because it's your father who cared for you that made that pronouncement, and we have to follow suit. And I equally want to make it abundantly clear. NYC is one of the organizations that if you want to make anything work or done, give it to NYC. That's why when they are talking about these, how much billion given for youth empowerment, I say pass it through NYC. The graduate youth will receive whatever the government say it will. The pronouncement will be made. But before you know it, how many people will assess it? You see, that's why if you want anything to work in Nigeria, pass it through the scheme. See election, see population, how core member participated. If they should allow core member to do the way it should be done, that will be fair and free. So your father, I think they are thinking good and continue to think good for you. That's why it is being relaxed.
All right, thank you so much for honoring our invitation. We hope you do the same in subsequent times when we need you.
Yes, I'll be here because it's a father and sons or children's hangout. As I said from the beginning, that NYSC, the father is hanging with the children. That's why we said, if you don't have a father, you don't have a ladder. So therefore, your father is the ladder you climb to the next thing. So core members are hanging with their fathers. So anytime we have the program, I will make myself available. I need to interact with my children.
Okay, so another comment we have on Facebook, this person is trying to confirm if there will be an increment in allowance.
Why not? I have said it earlier that your father that have not forgotten to give you yam and egg. And when the availability of that egg is there, he will not deny you. That's why I told you that NYSC management working around the clock with the authorities of government to see how the core members' home will be speedily done, and it will be communicated to all core members.
So that's an assurance from you to us?
Assurance from the NYSC, not me in particular, from the management of the NYSC. You know, NYSC on their own not generate money. The fund is from the federal government, like labor. Labor fought for including core members. The fight that affect civil servants affect core members as well. So when they have finished documenting or gazetting this new minimum wage, you will have the cause to laugh and salute your father, the Director General, Brigadier General Y.D. Umar, the DG of NYSC. The man is not sleeping to make sure core members are kept fine, kept abreast with every information, and is walking around the clock to see how core members also allowances will also be increased by the federal government. As soon as it is through with them, it will be